guys, this is your pro tip for the day. This one is in particular about the safe use of essential oils. And if you are a DIY maker and you like to make your own skincare at home, or your own diffuser products, or your own roller balls, soaps, or candles, I would recommend that you give this a listen, because there's a bunch of stuff about this that you may not necessarily find easily. Although YouTube has a lot of different information, so you may find it a little more easily than I did, because back in the day, they didn't have YouTube doing this. What I want to tell you is that essential oils are really basically liquid chemical components. Many of them have been studied by scientists as to what their actions are in the laboratories, on mice, some with people, and in different types of chemical analyses and things like that. I want to tell you that essential oils most often are, let me get one. This one's chamomile. Essential oils are most often derived either from pressing, like they'll press the skins of oranges or grapefruits and things like that, or they're derived from steam distillation, which this flower, chamomile romaine, was derived from a steam distillation process. There are two products that come out of that steam distillation process. One of them is the essential oil, and another one is called a hydrosol. And you can see this guy has a spray bottle. And what this is since they use steam to process the plant material, like lavender flowers and their branches that they're growing on, or what do I have here? Cedar wood. When they distill from cedar, it would be the bark of the tree or some of the tree itself, or branches or twigs, things like that. These products give off two things, and that's the essential oil and a hydrosol. Hydrosols are the secondary product of a steam distillation process. It is the waters that were used to steam the plant material. Hydrosol has a beautiful scent. It's a little different than the strong aroma of an essential oil, because it is diluted. It has some of the compounds, the chemical components that are in the essential oils, but they're very, very diluted, and it's very gentle, and it's very wholesome to use on, say, babies' linens. It's safe to use. This one is lavender. I would consider this one pretty safe for baby. The other one I would consider really safe for baby would be chamomile essential oil. Chamomile hydrosol. Let me correct that. Not the essential oil, hydrosol. And you could spray it on their bedding for soothing them at night, for them to fall asleep just gently. This is a safe product to use. It's also safe for people who are elderly and maybe unwell, because you have to be extra careful with people who have health conditions with essential oils, because essential oils can actually counteract the actions of medications that people are taking. So when you create a product, it takes a lot of research into the actions of the essential oils. And I recommend that you get a good book about essential oils. Maybe take a class online. I went to aromahead.com, and that's where I got my certification as an aromatherapist. But they also have some just DIY classes that you can take and see what you think. And you never know, you might end up becoming a certified aromatherapist like me, because that's how I started. I don't know. But my main thing about essential oils is understanding how concentrated they are. Essential oils, to make this size bottle, which is 5 milliliters of lavender oil, it takes 15 to 20 pounds of lavender plant material to distill out what would be approximately 100 drops of essential oil. So when you use this, bear that in mind, because it's extremely concentrated chemical components, because basically essential oils are liquid chemical components. So if you were going to sit down and consider eating this stuff, for instance, would you eat a pound of lavender? That might make 1 drop of lavender oil. Would you sit down and eat a pound of lavender? The other example I like to give about how strong essential oils, or how much plant material it takes to create 1 drop of rose oil, is 10,000 petals of roses to make 1 drop of rose essential oil. And that's why it's so fabulously expensive to use. And that's why we just use maybe a drop or 2 in a product that we're creating, because it is like, I don't know how many dollars per drop. If I thought about it in a jar this, in a vial this big, it's a lot of rose chemical components. They're very pricey, and they're very concentrated, and you don't need a whole lot of them to get the benefits of that plant. You only need 1 drop, maybe 2 in a formulation to get enough of that plant essential oil goodness from it. And all those lovely chemical components and the aroma will add a benefit to any product that you create that would use the properties that rose essential oil is known for. The other thing I wanted to talk about today was phototoxicity. One of the things that you may not know is that a lot of citrus oils, orange, grapefruit, lemon, lime, for instance, and bergamot that I can think of, which is a kind of a nubbly, limey colored citrus plant. There's a phototoxic reaction that happens with your skin and the sun, because photo meaning light and toxic meaning poison or burn, or however you want to interpret that, toxicity. So phototoxicity reaction in your skin if you go out 18 hours after you've placed it on your skin. You can get a wicked sunburn, even a scarring sunburn. That doesn't mean you can't use them, but you really need to research the number of drops, if any, you can use of that particular citrus oil in whatever product you are making. You need to know the percentage of what your base is that you're making, and you need to know the percentage of the oil that you're going to use. Now, the book that I use is by Robert Tisserand, and it is the go-to for professionals in aromatherapy for checking out the quality of the oils. It's costly, so you can do some research maybe online, or you can do your research in other texts that are available at your local bookstore, or you can get on Amazon. But I really recommend something that you can, if you're going to manufacture things with citrus oils, know how to use them properly. They're great for inhalers, they're great for candles, they're wonderful in diffusers, they're wonderful in salves that aren't going to be exposed to the sun, like if you had a chest cold or something. They can be lovely when used properly, but please educate yourself in the safe uses of essential oils when you do your own DIYs and you give them as gifts to friends, because they are more powerful, I think, than people realize. My final thing I want to say about essential oils is, because they are so concentrated, the last thing I would do is to take them directly out of the bottle and just use them like lotion on my skin. I have seen them used by different people and different companies in ways that I would know I would feel ill from. I'm sensitive, I have allergies. I would not be taking them without a carrier oil, and I've seen people do this without a carrier oil, and they just smear them on their bodies. These are very strong plant-derived oils. You don't know if you're going to get a reaction to them. And in large quantities, you can become irritated, you can become ill. Some of them are toxic. You really need to do your research when you're considering putting anything directly on your skin. There are two that I would use directly on my skin. I would use 1 drop or 2 drops of lavender oil, for instance, on a burn. It's beautiful for that. I might use a drop or 2, well, maybe 1 drop of tea tree oil on a breakout. But that would be it. As far as applying it to the body, directly to the body, I would be really careful. And as far as ingesting them as well, consider the amount of plant material that has gone into producing this little bottle of essential oils. This one happens to be 10 milliliters. So how many pounds of essential oil or lavender would go into this? It would be 40 pounds of lavender material that produced this bottle. Are you going to eat 40 pounds? Are you going to pour 40 pounds of lavender on your skin? I don't think so. I don't think it's healthy. So you need to make up your own mind, but I'm giving you some carefully considered and researched opinions here. And I would rather be on the conservative side of how to use essential oils than on the liberal side in this particular case, because they are strong, effective plant materials to use when used properly, and they are wonderful. I'm passionate about them. I've made my business around them, and I just want to give you some food for thought, if you would, so that you can stay safe before you start ingesting the gel capsules filled with them, or finding other ways to get them into your body, which people do. The last thing I want to say is you can use them when they go bad. For instance, if I had this too long and I feel like it's past the point of when I should be using it on my body, I'm going to make a household cleaning product out of it. I can use this with some Castile oil soap, Castile oil soap, put this in there, and I have a beautiful cleaning product for my home. So please read up on essential oils in a textbook. Maybe take a look at some of those online classes, like at AromaHead International, or no, I think it's now aromahead.com, and enjoy playing with them. Have a good day. Thanks for listening. I'll get off my soapbox now.